when you're leading a team of people, you don't really want to pull the rank card. And if you do pull the rank card, you want to do it tactfully, because there's so many ways to pull the rank card incorrectly that I believe that there's just not much opportunity to do it correctly. So, what's up everybody? My name is Karthik Ramaswamy. I'm the Chief Operations Officer for UZ Marketing. We are an organization that went from negative $250,000 in debt to $10 million a year in revenue in just 5 years. My goal with this video and this channel in general is to share tips, tricks, ideas, and advice, and share our experience on what we did and what we learned over the last few years. So you may not have to repeat some of the same mistakes, and maybe take what we learned and implement yourself and help you on your journey to become financially successful in your business. So pulling the rank card. Have you ever had an opportunity, or have you ever had an instance occur where somebody's telling the other person that I'm the owner, I know better? Like one thing that is so always in my head is, I don't know if anybody's watched the movie called Matilda from I think the early 90s, maybe late 80s. The dad was telling the daughter, I'm right, you're wrong. I'm smart, yeah, you're dumb. I'm big, you're small, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, I remember it like it's the back of my head, like it's the back of my hand, because that's like the perfect way to describe a person who is basically pulling their rank card. They're saying, this is why I'm right, because I mean, they're not really giving a real example of why they're right. They're just pulling their rank by saying they're superior. And that's what I think about whenever I see people pulling the rank card on their subordinates. So it's very odd how sometimes when the person pulling the rank card might not be intending to be malicious at all. In fact, they might just be trying to get the point across. But here's the thing, psychologically speaking, when somebody puts rank, they make it stated, then it's immediately creating that dichotomy of superior, inferior. It shouldn't be superior, inferior, it should be superior, subordinate. And that's the ideal circumstance. So you never want to make a subordinate feel like they're inferior because of your rank. And when I say there's a way to tactfully do it, what I'm referring to is there's like ways that you can bring it up without directly bringing it up. Like, I wouldn't go to an employee and say, I'm the Chief Operations Officer, so you should listen to me, because that's completely tactless, and it'll have the negative repercussions to the outcome that I'm intending. Instead, the way that I could describe it is, I see what you're saying. So I actually noticed that over the last few years, this is how it's been happening. We had customers saying this over and over and over again. So the way that I came up to the conclusion of how we're operating now is by identifying what these customers are complaining about and tweaking little things in our system until the point where now they're not complaining as much anymore. So, but I still give them an opportunity to say what they need to say and say what they want to say, because if you think about it, the person doing something 40 hours a week, 8 hours a day, is doing it for a living. They're literally doing that for a living. So if a customer service representative were to be sharing how to improve the customer service department, I'm more inclined to listen to what they have to say, because they're doing this for a living and they might be able to give me some insight that I am not able to see because I'm not doing it day in, day out. I did it before many years ago, but there's a lot of aspects to the business that has changed ever since that I stopped working in the customer service department, to where I might be blind to certain things that they can see clearly with like they can clearly see it. So in that instance, even though I may have a particular outcome that I want to exercise and I want to see executed, I'm not going to say that I know what I'm talking about because I've been doing this for a while, because that's tactless. So one way to think about this is, if somebody has an authoritarian type leadership style, that's going to be the instance, like in that dynamic with authoritarian leadership style, is the time when that circumstance is going to happen the most likely, where the person is going to feel inferior or the rank card is going to get pulled. So that's not to say authoritarianism is not a good management style, because it can definitely be used effectively. I've seen it being used effectively, but because of the nature of how it is, how it manifests, it does have the potential to cause the worst superior-inferior dynamic situations. So that's about it for this video, guys. Thank you for listening to this video on pulling a rank card. Let me hear if you have seen it with your own eyes, somebody pulling the rank card and the outcome that was caused by it. Or if you've seen it happen but a good thing came out of it, I'd like to know that too. So leave the feedback in the comments. If you have any ideas, suggestions, leave it there as well. We'll answer it, and maybe we can even make a video on a question that you may have for the following ones. So thank you again. That's it.